This is CBC Here and Now.
And the second round came. Jason Aldean ran off the stage, and then that's when we started running.
Safely home after the carnage in Las Vegas.
We've overfished the main stock.
We've seen worse.
What's really happening with the Capeland stocks?
It's been really amazing and kind of a blur.
The local star of Kim's Convenience comes home with the cast.
To show everyone where I'm from and why I brag about being from here so much.
Well, winds are shifting and temperatures are really on the rise over the next couple of days. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get coming up.
Well, let's get to our top story. On Sunday night, they survived the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. This afternoon, 3 young men from Torbay arrived home to hugs and tears at St. John's Airport.
Yes, what started off as a fun adventure turned into a story of death, escape, and the kindness of a stranger. Here and now's Terry Roberts reports.
An emotional reunion. Thankful and relieved parents.
When he called me the other night, 3 o'clock in the morning, and say that the cancer was under attack, oh my God, I was devastated. But it's good to have him home now. 3
lifelong friends, less than 48 hours removed from scenes of carnage.
Unbelievable. It's like you're running away and you don't even think you're actually a part of it, but in reality, you are a part of it.
This was the scene Sunday night. A crowded country music festival in Las Vegas. 22,000 revelers, including Chris Hearn, Andrew Bragg, and Jeff Morey. Their dream vacation about 100 feet from country star Jason Aldean, but the fun shattered by bursts of gunfire.
First we heard the first round of bullets, and then we didn't think too much, and then the second round came. Jason Aldean ran off the stage, and then that's when we started running.
Hearn had just left the group to get a drink from the bar. His 3 friends and a group of others found an exit and escaped the torrent of bullets raining down on the crowd. They made their way to a nearby building where they drank water and heard confusing stories about what was happening, and then started running again. They eventually reached the airport where someone in a pickup tore down a section of the security fence. Hundreds of people streamed onto the runway. This is where a life and death struggle turns into one of compassion. The 3 young men linked up with another woman from Newfoundland, Ashley Fowler, who returned home today.
They're the boys that I met.
Then a complete stranger named Rhonda Mitchell took care of the Newfoundlanders.
Oh, she was amazing, gotta say, yeah. She really took us into her home and introduced us to her family, and really can't thank her enough.
She drove us from the airport, picked up Chris because he wasn't with us. He was on the strip, which was like very dangerous at that point. Picked him up, drove us back to her house, said we drove us anywhere we wanted, drove us back to our hotel the next day to get our luggage, back to her house, took us to the Hoover Dam, took us out to see a bunch of other things, drove us back to the airport.
Now that they're safe and sound, the 3 friends have time to reflect.
When I'm talking about it, it's just like talking about a new story that happened, and then when I finish talking about it, I just think about that actually happened to me, and it just kind of hits me a bit.
No, I don't know if it's really hit me yet, but right now I'm feeling okay.
We could be coming out here for different reasons today. And thank God that we're not. We're coming for joy to bring our boys home.
Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, a courtroom in St. John's heard some heart-wrenching stories today. They came from 2 women and a teenager that Sofiane Boalag raped in St. John's 5 years ago. The statements are part of a hearing. The Crown is trying to have Boalag declared a dangerous offender. Here's part of what one of the women had to say to Here and Now's Glenn Payette.
Emotionally, it affects you as a person. My mom's affected. She gets anxiety now if I go out. I can't even go out with a friend, and my mom's worrying, and that affects you more than, you don't worry about yourself, you worry about your family and your friends. And when they see you going through something, they're going through it just as much as you. So then you have to be strong for them. So who's being strong for you? I don't trust strangers, especially people from different ethnics. I have a lot of mistrust with them. I'm afraid of them, and I don't want to be. and but I am, and I can't help how that makes me feel, and it makes me mad that I feel that way, but I have no control over it. I see someone from his country and I think, is he going to do what he did to me? I'm afraid to be alone with them. I won't be alone with someone from a different country. And I feel like that makes me racist, but I'm not. I'm anything but racist. So yeah, I'm angry that because of his choices and his actions, he made me feel like this. Personally, I went through a lot of depression. I went through a lot of trust issues. I turned to alcohol. My way of dealing with it was alcohol abuse, and it took me up till the past year before I was able to get a handle on it and communicate with people. I'd be angry, I'd be emotionally. I couldn't tell anybody how I was feeling. I couldn't express myself to any of my family or my friends. So they knew that something was wrong, but I wasn't able to express it because I didn't know myself how it was affecting me. Because, I mean, you can help that someone raped you, but you know they did. But you're like, well, why am I letting this affect me? But you don't understand it, and it takes a long, long time to understand it. I'm very open of what happened to me. I will tell a stranger because I feel like myself, if it is spoken about, it's not something to be ashamed of. And a lot of people, they judge you and they're like, well, you put yourself in that position. Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand, you didn't ask for this. And they do the victim blaming. And that's something we both go through. Everybody goes through. That's been victimized or raped. And I find it's a lot of women out there and men that's been assaulted that don't come forward because they're so ashamed and afraid of being victimized. So I feel like if we speak out, if you tell people your story, then maybe that'll give someone else their strength and their encouragement to come out with their story.
Well, there's disappointment and skepticism in the community of Mud Lake following the findings of an independent review about the flooding there. The report suggested it was natural water flow that inundated the Churchill River community this spring. It did suggest steps could be taken at both Muskrat and Churchill Falls sites to mitigate the chance of flooding along the river, as well as a better monitoring program which could forecast the possibility of an ice jam and the implementation of an early warning system. One local researcher says while the report did an adequate job of showing Muskrat Falls probably didn't cause the flooding, it does open up questions about how the Upper Churchill project may have contributed.
There's actually reason to suspect from the report that some of the changes that occurred in flow from the Upper Churchill were changes that would increase the likelihood of an ice jam occurring. So Muskrat Falls doesn't really have the ability to hold back a lot of water, so it couldn't do that type of change, but at Upper Churchill they can.
And while some residents say they were not happy with the findings of the study, others say they have problems with how the review was conducted.
That must be the water level. There's nothing to think. It is. Look.
I think the people in Mud Lake are generally disgusted with the whole thing. Yeah. You know, it's like I said, the preliminary meeting we had should have been a day long, not 2 hours, to present the amount of information they were trying to present, and for people to absorb and understand what they were saying. You know. So that was very poor, and that was very poorly done, I think. Yeah. And the fact that they haven't showed up this time, you know, reads volumes to me.
So Ryan, I bet a lot of people lost sleep last night with all of that wind. My goodness, the house was shaking.
Yeah, and we had it here, and of course it was along the coastline as
right.
well. Any easing of this overnight?
Finally tonight, again, really blustery all day today, and it not only felt like fall, but it sounded like fall with that wind rushing through the leaves and of course blowing some of those leaves off. Especially along the coast. Now let's have a look at the satellite and radar picture. This is the low that's again just been off the coast. That has been really driving the winds for St. John's and along the northeast coast. Our next system is pulling in from the west, a little break in between these two systems, and that will be our wind ease, and then the winds will shift to southwest in ahead of our next system, which will have temps on the rise. Finally, have a look. Current temperatures just 5 degrees in St. John's and Bonavista, 12 in Badger. So we are starting to get into that 10, 12 degrees in Labrador City, Happy Valley, Goose Bay. That nice southwest flow is starting to shift, and you can see as your future wind gusts gusting near 70 kilometers per hour through this evening in across the eastern parts of Newfoundland. But as we roll throughout the overnight tonight, those winds finally easing off. And as you head out tomorrow morning, you won't need to worry about the hair so much. By 7 a.m., just some gusts in the 40 kilometer per hour range. And there are those southwesterly winds which are rolling in for tomorrow. And as I mentioned, we'll have temps on the rise, and we'll talk more about that coming up. But a quick look at your morning outlook. Really watch for hard frost in low-lying areas of central Newfoundland tonight. Low-lying areas will dip to -5. Generally around the freezing mark for most of the island. Mild temps with that southwest wind rolling into Labrador, but good chance of showers there. We'll talk more about your Wednesday forecast and your long range a little later in the show.
Well, investigators are struggling to decide who should lead a probe into an engine explosion that forced an Air France plane to make an emergency landing in Labrador on the weekend. Airline sources say an uncontained explosion ripped off the outer right engine's 3-meter-wide fan and its housing from the front of the engine. It happened over Greenland, and that territory comes under Danish jurisdiction. Canada's Transportation Safety Board is currently leading the work of investigators from Canada, France, and the United States, but a spokesperson for France's air accident agency says no investigation has been formally launched.
Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay.
There's a new Supreme Court justice in Labrador, and for the first time, the seat will be held by a woman. Frances Knickle had a ceremonial swearing in this morning in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. Chief Justice Raymond Whalen was on hand, along with outgoing Justice George Murphy, who will now preside in Corner Brook. With the appointment of Knickle, all 4 provincial and Supreme Court judges in the Big Land are female.
You know, ladies, we are now 4 women. All the judges in the judicial region of Labrador are women. It seems to me we've now got gender inequality on the other side of the bar.
A business group is making a pitch to leave the sale of marijuana in the province to the private sector. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business says the government-owned liquor corporation should not be involved in selling pot. The CFIB says the province will have to regulate marijuana, but it can't afford the cost of setting up a monopoly to sell it. The group says if it's properly regulated, the private sector can better serve the marijuana market throughout the province. Ottawa has introduced legislation to legalize marijuana on July 1st of next year.
Well, the results of this accident look a bit frightening, but there were no injuries when a vehicle went out of control and flipped in the west end of St. John's this morning. My goodness, well, it happened on Frecker Drive in the Cowan Heights area. 2 people were in the car at the time.
A new candy store in Gander is being targeted by some sticky-fingered thieves. The owner of Candy Corner says he's caught 12 shoplifters in just 3 weeks of opening the store. Last Friday, someone reached into a cash register and made off with about $650. Now, the owner says the shop hasn't pressed charges against any of the shoplifters so far, but that will have to change if he wants to stay in business. He's since decided to install security cameras.
The cast of the popular CBC comedy Kim's Convenience is in town as part of a cross-Canada tour to promote the 2nd season of the show. And one of the stars is being recognized by Logie Bay, Middle Cove, and Outer Cove. Here now's Jeremy Eaton joins us live from the Town Hall on Logie Bay Road. Jeremy, what's the connection between a convenience store in Toronto and this province?
An actress named Nicole Power. Now, the star of Kim's Convenience is actually from right here in Logie Bay, Middle Cove, Outer Cove, and in just a few minutes she's going to be given a key to the town from the council here. Now, earlier today she was at Gonzaga High School in St. John's, which is her alma mater, talking to members of the theater arts class. Now, joined by her castmates, she helped answer questions and offered up a little advice about making it in the acting business. Now, the crew of the show have been on a coast-to-coast tour, one that started in Vancouver last month and that wraps up this week in St. John's. Now, here's a little of what Power had to say about the success of the show.
It's been really amazing and kind of a blur. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm happy that Canada is taking it so well and embracing the show. We've just finished, this is the last leg of this tour, and the response has just been incredible. So I'm selfishly very happy for it to end in Newfoundland and for me to show everyone where I'm from and why I brag about being from here so much.
Now, for one of the stars of the show, this tour has given him his first ever chance to come to this province and the city of St. John's. And I've been told that he and another unnamed castmate were out to the wee hours this morning in downtown St. John's. Here's a little of what Paul Sun Hyung Lee had to say about being in this province.
It's absolutely fantastic. Newfoundland is everything that I expected. When I was letting my friends know this is where we're going for the last stop on the tour, everyone to a T was like, you were going to love it. You're going to love the people, you're going to love the food, you're going to love the environment, everything about the town. People spoke so highly of, and it's lived up to the hype.
So now the cast of the show have actually just arrived here at the Town Hall in Logie Bay, Middle Cove, Outer Cove, and in just a few minutes Power will get the key to the town. But if you want to check out the show, it's actually on tonight, 9:30 in this province, half an hour earlier in Labrador. Reporting live from Logie Bay, Middle Cove, Outer Cove, I'm Jeremy Eaton for Here and Now.
Well, from a fictional convenience store to a real one here in St. John's.
Yes, Longs Hill Convenience closed its doors Saturday night after more than 4 decades of being in business. Wow, congratulations on his retirement.
Absolutely.
My goodness, 42 years, that's, you know, that's a life's work, and he said he would just do it for a few years, but oh well.
Sometimes people say that, but then it turns into a lifetime, not just 5 or 6 years. So best wishes to Dave D'Entremont.
Capelin guts. Scientists here at DFO are trying to find out why the numbers of capelin are down.
Acknowledged for a lifetime of service. Willis Wyatt, Len Sims, Margaret Burton, Durham Flynn, and Gus Etchegary. These are Newfoundland and Labrador's newest seniors of distinction.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Looking back at the year in the fishery, it was quite a year. The ice seemed as if it was never going to leave. When the capelin finally rolled in, they were small and few in number. In just a moment, I'm going to speak to an expert here at DFO about capelin. But first, let's travel to the Eastport Peninsula, to Salvage, for a conversation with fisherman Gord Janes.
Capelin is one of the, I guess, the main species out there when it comes to food for other things, cod in particular, salmon, whales, the whole 9 yards. But the main concern really is when they announced the moratorium. I mean, it was a thing to try to rebuild cod stocks and stuff like that. And how can you rebuild cod stocks if you destroy the very food that's dependent on?
So what have you seen as far as the change in the capelin over the years? Because they used to roll in plentiful numbers in beaches around here. It seems later or smaller. What are you seeing?
Yeah. Well, you know, we figure this stock that we're fishing now is what we always used to call the capelin that used to come after the real capelin, because the capelin always landed there early June, and now we're finding this latter part of July and early August before we even start the fishery. Being a fisherman and being aboard a boat when you're looking for capelin is a whole different story now as compared to what it used to be, I'll say 20 to 30 years ago. You know, where they went, I mean, who's to say? It looks like to me like we've overfished the main stock and now we're cleaning up the last bit that used to come around.
But as opposed to a complete moratorium as with cod, maybe there'd be some benefit in, say, stopping capelin from being fished for maybe 2-3 seasons.
Well, one time they announced that with the salmon, and you know where that got us. You know, that was closed forever. If a politician is going to say something, it'd be nice for them to keep their word. You know, I don't see anything wrong with slowing down the fishery or even shutting it down for a few years. But you know, individual communities and plants really depend on the capelin. So you know, I mean, I don't know what they're supposed to survive of if you shut it down completely or even partially. Right now we're dependent pretty well on the crab. That's the main resource. And they're also saying that the cod is going to replace the crab. I very much doubt the cod replacing the crab. I mean, because we got a very short window to catch this cod when it's in, and when it comes in, it's of the quality that the plants don't want it because it's not fat, it's pretty skinny because it's not being fed properly. It's not getting the right food, no capelin. So what do? You know, it's, well, you know, this cod got to be caught when it's around. Cod don't wait, and cod also got to be in prime order when it's around, or else the buyers don't want it. So I don't know what the answer is.
So are the capelin in trouble? Well, to help answer that question, I'm joined by research biologist Fran Mowbray. Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good.
Are the capelin in trouble?
Well, I don't know if I'd say that they're in trouble. They're definitely having a down time. The last couple of years they've been having some lower numbers, and that in part we had anticipated because there were fewer that managed to get off the beach there in 2013, 14, 15 era. So yeah, the numbers are down. The numbers are sort of down to where they were in the middle of the 2000s. So historically, capelin took a big plunge in the early 1990s, and they've been up around 3-4 million tons. This is, and I'm talking about numbers from an index that we have. So this is, we survey part of the area, which we think is representative of the population, and so we're talking about those numbers. And we had sort of stock numbers up in 3-4 million tons, and in the early 1990s that crashed down. At the same time, everything else crashed, and there was obviously some big drivers from the ecosystem that happened then. And unfortunately, capelin took a long time to come back, and they never really did recover completely. We had pretty low numbers. We had low numbers in 2015, low numbers in 2016, and I'm afraid this year doesn't look very good either. So we're not expecting any great shakes.
Last question then, does that mean that the species is in some kind of trouble?
It's not a dire circumstance. The sort of numbers that we're seeing, and the larval index and the adult numbers we've seen before. In fact, we've seen worse. It's the lowest that we've seen in 5 or more years, and people will reflect on the recent past. But it's not so low as it will inhibit the stock coming back. When the environmental conditions are there for them to come back, they will come back. Right. But it has to be the right situation.
Well, Fran Mowbray, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Gardening for a good cause. Youth at the Autism Society hope to feed people in need and learn some new skills along the way.
This weather update is brought to you by the Take Charge Business Efficiency Program. Over 400 businesses have saved energy and taken charge of their bottom line. Find out how you can too.
Before we find out about those nice temperatures that are headed our way, we have a rare animal sighting to show you. These lynx kittens were captured by a wildlife photographer in Anchorage, Alaska on his front deck.
Front deck! Tim Newton said something woke him up early in the morning. He thought they were a family of cats, of course, until he took a closer look and realized their feet were the size of their heads.
Newton says 7 kittens and their mom stayed around for about an hour, which is crazy, a long period of time considering these are nocturnal hunters who usually avoid humans at all costs. So,
wow, that's pretty special. And of course, we have lynx throughout this province, but they are certainly a rare sighting here as well.
I saw one.
Really?
In Port Union when I was about 10-year-old girl in walking in a footpath, and it bounded right in front of me and kept going.
Did it give you a fright?
Yes, it did. But it was beautiful, and as you can see from those pictures, they're gorgeous.
probably at your age you thought, well, that's a big house cat.
Well, I did in the beginning until I, saw those big paws.
Yeah, that's right. Those paws, again, the dead giveaway there. Great pictures. I hope you enjoyed them, and hope you're going to enjoy the forecast a little more over the next couple of days. Today was... what's the right word for it? Yeah, that's it. Very, very chilly here in the east. Really, it did become quite a nice day over parts of Labrador and the south coast of the island, even western parts of Newfoundland. It's really started to warm up. But here in the east, that wind was just driving from the north and continues to do so. But we're going to go from coats to sweaters to t-shirts over the next couple of days. That said, you're going to want to keep the umbrella handy. We do have some shower chances on the go. And yeah, only in Newfoundland are we talking about t-shirts and snow in the same headline pack, and that's indeed what we're looking at, where we're going to still bring in the chance of some snow for you folks in the Labrador over the next couple of days. Your live look right now, in fact, well, truth be told, this was just a minute ago, but you can see with our webcam at the rooms, which, by the way, you can find on our YouTube channel at any time. You can check it out, and you can see the nice ship there heading out through the Narrows, and 5 degrees, winds in from the north at 43 kilometers per hour. That's the sustained wind. The gusts up to 54 at last check, Bonavista at 65, so already starting to decrease just a little bit, and will continue to do so over the next couple of hours. First time this season breaking out the wind chill map, and I thought I would do so only because it's actually feeling below 0 in St. John's and Bonavista right now. So at 2 in Gander is what it feels like. 6 is the actual temperature there. 5 along the coast. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see where we're into the double digits over the western half of the island and back towards Labrador. And as we look off to our south, Fredericton at 17, Greenwood and Halifax 12, 13 degrees. This is the warm air mass that is on its way in over the next day or so, and unfortunately will come with a few showers, mainly for Labrador. Western Newfoundland runs the risk certainly tonight, and as well as the Northern Peninsula. That'll be our best chances for the island. As we roll throughout the overnight tonight, here's how it plays out. Note those showers in Labrador through the overnight tonight, Northern Peninsula by tomorrow morning, perhaps down into the Green Bay, White Bay area. That's about it in terms of Newfoundland. Expect the clouds to be a little bit dominant at times in the morning over western Newfoundland. It's a very bright start. I think the northwest wind that stays driving about 20 to 30 kilometers per hour will keep any frost chances away for the Avalon, but certainly the risk of frost for central and west again, though winds in from the southwest, so may keep it at bay right along parts of the coast. There are your temperatures very mild through the overnight tonight for you folks in Labrador, starting near 6 to 8 degrees tomorrow. Now, as we move throughout the day tomorrow, we will see an isolated shower chance from Twillingate to Bonavista. Clouds a little bit dominant here as well. Won't rule it out for Gander as well, but we're talking 20-30% chance that a couple of spits do make it to the ground here. Certainly the clouds will thicken up into the afternoon for central and for eastern parts of Newfoundland, including St. John's, but generally we're talking about a sun-cloud mix. Note St. John's and Bonavista and Ferryland around that 12-degree mark, not quite jumping into the teens. That warm air, that southwest wind doesn't really tap in until late day. So the warm air tomorrow will be destined for the Humber Valley towards Corner Brook and central parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Again, temps into the low double digits for the south. That's where we'll find our best chance of showers, perhaps some afternoon sun for the Straits and also for the north coast, but temps there in the single digits. We'll walk you through Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend coming up.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, today was Harvest Day at the Autism Society. Young people who take part in the Transitions program dug up potatoes they grew themselves and donated them to the local food bank. Now, the 18-year-olds have autism, and the program is meant to help them transition into adulthood and hopefully a life of employment.
Today we are harvesting potatoes for Bridges to Hope Food Bank, which is a local organization that we have volunteered at all year long for 4 years now.
Whoa, here's another good one. Here's another good sized one.
Great.
A really big one.
So we're doing gardening and farming and custodian work and carpentry and cleaning, you know, things that grown-ups need to learn how to do, and we break it down into steps that are manageable, and we help people be successful.
I don't usually like getting my hands dirty, but you know, since I'm wearing gloves, I guess it's fine. But enough about the gloves. You know, it's a good job for me.
Through volunteering and farming and gardening, they learn exceptional socialization skills, time management, how to be accountable, how to be involved in your community, just all the things that adults need to learn how to do, and it's in a really structured, safe environment.
Look at this, found another nice one.
Maybe it's just I'm technically creating things right now. And you know how I am about creating things, like a painting here, maybe a drawing there. Okay, maybe I don't actually paint or draw a lot, but still. Oh, well, look at that. I just got whole plants out. Once I pull it up, it's like kind of like creating the potatoes or whatever, like pulling it out, putting it in the bin, and basically creating food.
My group this year, they're all 18 and 19 years old. They're fresh out of high school, and you know, they have a thirst for wanting to be more independent, and we're helping that happen for them.
Do you like digging up potatoes, though?
Not really.
No?
But, you know, I kind of have to. I mean, you want me to be honest, right?
Oh, I absolutely want you to be honest. Absolutely. That's the best way to be always. What would you rather be doing right now?
Honestly, I don't know. That's kind of why I'm here. I think about that all the time, and people say I should be an accountant. I'm really good at math. I'm decent at sports.
Maybe basketball? You're pretty good at those shots?
Maybe. But the net wouldn't be down there, it'd be up there.
That's a very good point.
It's good hard work. You're outdoors, that feels good, and you literally see the fruits of your labor. You plant a seed, and 4 months later you're pulling a potato out of the ground, so it's pretty fascinating.
A big potato.
So definitely a sense of accomplishment. They're here for an entire year. They start with the harvest, they work right through the winter, and then they're planting the seeds with me in the spring. So they get to see the full cycle of growing to harvest, which is great.
We break down, you know, dirt versus soil, and we encourage people to get dirty. We encourage people to eat all the food that we grow here. A lot of people with autism may have food sensitivities or textile sensitivities, and by doing this stuff all year, we're really breaking down that as a barrier.
It's kind of satisfying. It doesn't take too much work. That's it.
Most of the food at the food bank is canned or boxed goods, and about 3 years ago, some participants I had at the time recognized this, which showed a lot of empathy from their perspective, and we decided to build 4 really large raised beds. Gaze Seeds donates the potato seeds for us every year, and we have harvested probably close to 500 or 600 pounds of potatoes over the last 4 years for them.
So this is great. It's Thanksgiving week. Our clients will be quite excited. We just start giving out some of these vegetables today because we've had a rough summer leading up to now. So
why is that?
We'll need it. Demand has gone up dramatically. We're getting a lot more seniors, a lot more working people who make minimum wage, can't make ends meet. So I'm seeing about a 25% increase in demand. 2 things about working here. I get sad every day, and then I get overwhelmed with joy. Every day I get sad when I kind of see some clients' situations they're in, and then when I see stuff like this, and I get overwhelmed with joy. So it's a kind of a up and down.
she's a magical lady for sure.
Proud of their grandmother for all that she does, Margaret Burden is already a senior of distinction to them, and now she has the award to prove it. Welcome back to Here and Now. There's a saying that if you want something done, ask a busy person to do it. And that certainly applies to Margaret Burden of Port Hope Simpson, Labrador. The 80-year-old mother of 9 and longtime mayor was recognized today with a Seniors of Distinction Award. Margaret Burden has a spring in her step that belies her age. Today's award acknowledged her decades of work as a teacher, volunteer, municipal politician, and a businesswoman in her small community on the southeastern coast of Labrador. Burden has also been a recreation coordinator for the community and the Labrador Winter Games. Well, first of all, Margaret Burden, congratulations on this award.
Well, thank you so very much.
What does it mean to you to be recognized this way?
Well, it means a lot. It humbles you, and you feel honored at the same time, and then you know you're happy about it. But the recognition is important to a person, but not as much as the recognition from your town or from the people that you serve and the people that you've helped over the years. To me, that is the most touching and personable thing that ever could happen to me. And today just tops it off. It's just great.
You've been a teacher, a counselor, the mayor of Port Hope Simpson for 20 years, a business person. What has motivated you over all these decades?
Well, I think it was the upbringing by my parents that encouraged me to go out there and do it. And to realize, as I said earlier today, that, you know, we're not an island unto ourselves, we're all part of the main. And if you cannot contribute to people less fortunate than you are, or people that need your help in various forms, then I don't think life would have much of a meaning for you. You are driven, some of us are driven, and I think I'm maybe one of those.
I think so, from every description I hear of you today. Where do you get your energy to be so driven?
It's something that's inside you that drives people such as I am. It's something that occurs in your life. Probably we're a victim of circumstance. Whatever happens to us, happens to us. And the upbringing from my parents played a major role. And then what my children have taught me over the years, I know I've taught them things, but they are my greatest achievement. So I think they have, because the numbers that there were in the family, you felt you had to do these things. You had to become a part. You had to leave a mark. Not really because you wanted to climb a pedestal or climb the totem pole, but simply that you wanted to give. And I think that came from my parents.
How would you describe your life to this point when you look back over all of this time?
My life was a very busy life. In the days of the diapers, when there were no Pampers, in the days of getting meals and clearing up toys, and your house was never tidy until they went to bed, and then it started again the next day. So it was a very, very, very busy life. And then the friends that they brought home with them when you never knew they were coming, but they came anyway. And the involvement in the community life it's why it happened, I think. And then you felt, I need to do this, I need my children to go in the right direction, I need to get them involved, I need to include other people, and I need to get the community to come together. And we live in a wonderful community. Like, I take my hat out to every single person there that has contributed to my life in some way, as I have theirs.
I don't think you're going to slow down anytime soon. So what's next for Margaret Burden?
Well, I've just been re-elected to council and voted by my council as the mayor for another 4 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And we are living in rural communities, and the communities are dying, you know. We encourage our children to get their education and move on and find a job. So my goal in the next 4 years is to make something happen there that can keep the community going. And then the other part of my life right now will be loving my children, my adult children who have found their own lives, and they have their children, my beautiful grandchildren who I love dearly and want the best for them. So that is my plan and my path forward.
Rock fans are taking a moment today to mourn Tom Petty. The musician died last night after suffering a cardiac arrest. The story of his career, which spanned 5 decades, is next.
All the vampires walking through the valley.
It's time for our Young Athlete of the Day, and this is Katie Lush of Grand Falls, Windsor.
Katie is 12 years old and is a member of the Exploits Hurricanes. She competed in the Special Olympics NL Summer Games in track and field in July.
Awesome job, Katie. You're today's Young Athlete of the Day.
So Ryan, you were on the road again this morning.
That's right, out to the brand new school in CBS.
Yeah, so you got to talk to the students there about your favorite topic.
Yes.
What could that be?
I wonder. Yeah, so this was, again, all of the grade ones, 3 classes jammed into one room, and they were so good, and they sat there for almost an hour. They're getting a little fidgety at the end, but very good for grade ones. And we talked about the earth, we talked about the seasons, and of course the weather. And we had to do a little video at the end so they could all say hi to Mom, Dad, and Nan and Pop. 1, 2, 3. So it was supposed to be 1, 2, 3, CBC, and then hi, Mom and Dad. But some of them got a little overexcited and just went right to the hi, Mom and Dad. So.
Look how tall you are.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of great questions, and a lot of great stories as well from that age group. So thanks to CBS Elementary for having me out. And now, as we take a look at the forecast, which we were talking about today, cold today, but I'm going to start with a little bit of some of the warm air that we've had over the past couple of months. And did you know, Debbie and Carolyn and everyone at home, we are sitting at 59 days this year of 20 degrees or warmer at St. John's YYT. And there is how it compares over the last decade or so. So we're pretty close to 2016, 2013. We've exceeded the average, the 30-year average. So the million-dollar question, is this graphic done? Will I be able to edit that graphic again? Well, an outside shot that we get into that 20-degree range in St. John's on Thursday. Maybe even another chance next week. I'll show you that in just a second. There's the warmer air that is moving in, 22 in Montreal right now, and we can see that southwest flow that's been moving up across the Maritimes and building the clouds in across that region, some showers into Labrador. I don't think those showers really making it down towards the Corner Brook region tonight, but certainly the Northern Peninsula by tomorrow morning. We'll see some showers on the go. By the time we get to Wednesday evening, again, you can see the clouds a little bit dominant at times for the north coast of the island tomorrow, including St. John's. An outside chance of some drizzle along that north coast as well for Bonavista and the Bay of Exploits. There are those showers moving into Labrador through the day tomorrow. 11, 12 degrees there, cooler along the north coast, and we're talking 15 to 17 for most of the island, but with that late arrival of the southwest wind, only 12 in St. John's. We will warm up, though, for Thursday, and again, ahead of this cold front, that's our potential. Clouds will build in a little bit into the afternoon, so that, I think, right now is why I have our temperature not quite making it to the 20-degree mark in St. John's. With those showers marching in from west to east, I think we're only about 14 or 15 along the west coast of the island on Thursday. Again, temperature at 18 in St. John's in my forecast right now, but hey, keep our fingers crossed, maybe a little bit warmer than that. And look at the cold air on the other side of this system. 5 and 6 degrees across Labrador, just 4 along the north coast. Trough swings through on Friday. That'll bring more flurry chances to Labrador, more shower chances to the island. And yeah, I think temperatures will be a little bit cooler as a result. Just 13, 14 degrees along the west coast of the island, just 2 in Lab West, 5 and 6 in central towards the north coast. And I think we're back around the 14, 15 degree range here in the east. Quick look at the long range setup. Shows a pretty quiet Saturday now. That's the good news. We will see building clouds and some showers moving in for Sunday afternoon, particularly the west coast up into Labrador. And then that southerly flow comes back into the mix. And that's a perfect setup early next week for some warmer air. And that's why I've got high teens back in the forecast from Monday into Tuesday of next week. Even some 20-degree temps in the forecast in Central. And you can see in Labrador, yes, snow chances through the weekend, but warming up there early next week as well.
Thanks, Ryan. Now to national and international news. With hit after hit, Tom Petty's career spanned the decades and the generations. He was the rock world's hard-working everyman. Petty died of a heart attack yesterday at the age of 66. Salima Shivji reports.
how to even begin to describe Tom Petty's influence or even choose a song to highlight. There are just too many. With hit after hit, Petty's distinct voice and Florida drawl brought his songs of rebels and refugees alive decade after decade, both with the Heartbreakers and alongside other legends. As part of the ultimate rock supergroup, the Traveling Wilburys. From the age of 17 on, Petty never stopped writing or touring.
It's good to be king.
On stage as late as last week, capping off his 40th anniversary tour. To say Petty was a prolific songwriter is an understatement.
Sometimes the song can come so fast that you're suspicious of where it came from. That's the thing, there has to be new. If you want to keep this music alive, you want to keep any music alive, there's got to be new stuff.
Well, I won't back down. Yeah, I won't back down.
Petty inspired countless musicians with his deceptively simple tunes that crossed boundaries.
And I stand my ground.
They really embody rock and roll. I mean, he really was like the personification of rock and roll. You know, he kept his songs, you know, short, lean and mean, 3 minutes. Don't bore us, get to the chorus. Everybody knows him, everybody enjoys him.
As the news spread that the everyman rock star was really truly gone, tributes poured in. Fellow Traveling Wilbury Bob Dylan called the news shocking, crushing, saying, "I thought the world of Tom. He was a great performer, full of the light, a friend, and I'll never forget him." Tom Petty was 66 years old. Salima Shivji, CBC News, Toronto.
We're looking at our beautiful viewer picture of the day, and this one is on the island, and it's at the end of the road. Where could that be? Let you know after the break.
Okay, we have something before we go that Ryan just has to have a look at. This first week of October came packing a wintry punch, to say the least, for the southern prairies.
We're complaining about the wind, but look at this. Strong wind and snow pounded parts of Alberta yesterday, making it hard to drive anywhere. Southeastern parts of the province got up to 20 centimeters by last night.
That's sad. 6,000 homes, and this is sadder, and businesses lost power. Police closed Trans-Canada between Calgary and Strathmore.
Yes, Calgary police report dozens of collisions on city roads, and the snow continues today for southern Alberta. My goodness.
20 degrees back in the forecast for them the next couple of days, so don't feel too bad. Our
Okay.
picture of the day, the end of the road where the road ends in Rose Blanche.
Ah.
And a great picture here from Kathy Hardy Savory. Boy, the fall colors really popping there.
Really?
And 'tis the season. It's so beautiful, but it's just, you know what's coming next.
Thanks, Kathy, very much for that. Thanks to all of you for watching. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.